Hey, what's up guys? Logan here from Toxicity. So, about a year ago on my old channel, I made a video titled 14 Reasons to Worry About The Force Awakens. It was a prediction video as to what the movie might do wrong. Now, this might sound strange to you now that The Force Awakens has come out and has such great reviews everywhere and everybody loves it, but I don't really like it that much. Now, sure, don't get me wrong, The Force Awakens did a pretty good job at some things. It introduced new characters and reintroduced old ones pretty effectively, setting the building blocks for future sequels. And I also really like The Force Awakens as a movie. It was extraordinarily well done, but as a Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens played it way too safely. I basically pointed out how the movie was a massive orgy of fan service, mainly the fact that it was so close to the storyline of A New Hope, going as far as to bring the Death Star back a third time. Following with the rest of the original trilogy, The Force Awakens follows the theme of family relations, aka the Skywalker bloodline. It also presents us with another Emperor-type figure, aka Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that Kylo Ren was the Darth Vader of The Force Awakens, but he definitely was a lot like the whiny-ass prequel Vader. Also, there was a very similar Emperor-Vader type relationship presented between Snoke and Kylo Ren. Overall, The Force Awakens didn't really do anything new. But I'm not here just to talk about how disappointed I was in The Force Awakens. I'm here to talk about the latest installment in the Star Wars universe, Rogue One. Unfortunately, there's not very much hype surrounding Rogue One. I like to think that's because The Force Awakens sated our nostalgic appetites. We aren't so excited now to be introduced to a new set of movies. But there are so many reasons why we should all be very excited. Rogue One is doing things differently than any other Star Wars movie before it. That's a good thing. The Force Awakens was done just like any other Star Wars movie, minus some camera angles. But Rogue One has more than just camera angles. Now I know what you're probably all thinking. Well, Logan, Rogue One is going to have a whole bunch of throwbacks to the original movies just like The Force Awakens did. So why aren't you mad about that too? Well, Rogue One is placed in a specific time period. The Force Awakens could have gone any which way with what the future may hold. But the directors and producers decided to play it safe and stick to the same basic conflicts and technology that we've had for the past 40 years. Rogue One, though, has been tasked with providing a segue between the prequels and the original trilogy. It has to show the transitionary period. It has to tie together two pre-established events. Of course, we have the things that we're comfortable with. X-Wings, Gonk Droids, the Yavin Rebel Base, Darth Vader, etc. But then we also get to see the completion of the first Death Star, Director Krennic, experimental new technology like the U-Wing and the AT-ACT, and experimental stormtroopers called Death Troopers. These are all signs that the story is actually progressing. So yeah, we already have a whole list of things that Rogue One is doing differently. And more importantly, Rogue One is doing different the right way. Prequels, Jar Jar. This movie will have a tone unlike any other Star Wars movie ever. We've known this from the beginning. Rogue One will be reminiscent of a war movie, darker and eerier than any of its counterparts. On top of that, it's part of a whole nother trilogy that hasn't got very much attention at all at this point. It was originally called the Anthology series, but now it's been named Star Wars Stories. This is where Lucasfilm gets the chance to go back, fill in the gaps, and make the story a little more interesting. The plot itself is a lot like most of the original trilogy, sure. A small group of ragtag outlaws and other people who don't quite mix all band together and fight an outnumbered fight against greater evil. But instead of trying to blow up the Death Star or train to become a Jedi, this group is trying to steal the plans for the Death Star. This uses the same basic story structure, but brings enough new material to the table to make it unique. I think Gareth Edwards is doing a great job directing Rogue One. His words perfectly encapsulate the entire point of this video. Here's a quote from the Star Wars Celebration trailer. Open quote. "The pressure is so high, like we're making a film that's right touching my favorite movie of all time. But then if you're too respectful of it, that you daren't not do anything new or different or take a risk, then what are you bringing to the table?" Close quote. In conclusion today, change can be good, and change can be bad. In the prequels, change was awful. But as far as Rogue One goes, change is necessary. And thanks to Gareth Edwards, the change will be great. Now here's the part that I think will scare most people off. You're going to need an aux cord. And you kind of look around now and you're saying, what? Oh my god, no, I don't have an aux cord. This is the worst video I've ever seen. Oh my god, you're not helpful at all. Oh my god, oh my god. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just calm the